Osho, From Personality to Individuality, Answers to the Seekers of the Path, given in Rajneeshpuram, Oregon, USA. Discourse number 3.
Bhagwan, I have heard you say that only Christians dream of Jesus and followers of Krishna dream only of him. Sannyasins are dreaming of you, Bhagwan. Will you comment?
Dreaming is a substitute for the real. It is a mind device to console you. If you have been fasting, you will dream in the night of a feast. Because the hunger needs food, and without food sleep will be difficult. The mind has to provide you some substitutes. That's what dream is. It gives you the feeling that you are no more hungry. You are eating, and you are eating good food, delicious food, food that you like. Now you can sleep without any trouble. The mind has drugged the body through the dream. But dream is not a reality. You can dream of eating, but that is not going to nourish you. The mind can befool the body for the time being, but the body is going to suffer. Reality is reality, and you need real food. A Christian dreaming of Christ, a Hindu dreaming of a Krishna, or a sannyasin dreaming of me, all are doing the same thing. It makes no difference of whom you are dreaming. That is irrelevant. Krishna, Christ, Mahavir, Buddha, Zarathustra. You can dream of anybody. The object of dream is irrelevant. What is significant is that you are dreaming. So first thing to be remembered, that there must be a certain hunger behind it, which the mind is trying to fulfill. Read the message clearly, that you are not what nature intends you to be, that you are missing something immensely important in you. That you are not yet your authentic self. The dream of Christ, Krishna or me, is symbolic. It shows that you are groping in dark. Who are you? Krishna, Christ, me? You are none of these people. So the second thing to remember, that the dream indicates a certain hunger in you. That was the first thing to remember. Very significant. Because all people are not dreaming of Krishna, Christ and me. Millions of people are dreaming of money. Millions of people are dreaming of power, prestige. Men are dreaming of women, women are dreaming of men. And the market is vast. You can choose any commodity to dream about. Somebody is dreaming to become the president of a country. Somebody is dreaming he has become the president of the country. Chuang Tzu has a beautiful story about it. And he was a man not to say a story, but to act it. Chuang Tzu is one of the rare beings who have happened on this earth. Unique in every way. One day morning, he woke up and sat in his bed, very sad. Nobody has ever seen him sad. He was a man of laughter, a very non-serious man. Not only non-serious, he is known as the most absurd man. Playing jokes upon himself, upon his people, upon his master, upon his disciples. This too was a joke. But everybody was puzzled because he had never been sad, and they asked, "Why are you sad?" He said, "I am in such a trouble that I don't think anybody of you can help me." What is the point of saying it? They became even more curious. They said, "You please say it. Who knows, something we may be able to do. We all together may be able to find some way. If there is a problem, there must be a solution. If there is a question, somewhere There must be an answer to it. Chuang Tzu said, if you insist, I will tell you what is the problem. The problem is not a question that you can find an answer for it. It is a riddle which has no answer. That's why I am sad and I am caught in the riddle. Last night I dreamt that I have become a butterfly. Flying from this plant to that, from this flower to that flower. And I completely forgot that I am Chuang Tzu, the famous great master. I was really the butterfly. Chuang Tzu was nowhere at all. The disciples said, this is not a problem. Everybody dreams. And we don't see the riddle. Chuang Tzu said, wait a little. I have not told you the whole thing. Now waking up, the problem has arisen. Perhaps now the butterfly has gone to sleep and is dreaming that she is Chuang Tzu. And I am caught into it. That what is what? Whether Chuang Tzu dreamt of a butterfly or a butterfly is dreaming of Chuang Tzu. They all were silent. They said, perhaps you are right that we cannot help you. Nobody can help you. But he has raised a tremendously important question. His question remained unanswered because I was not there. Naturally, for 25 centuries, the question has waited for me. It is so simple. If I had been there, I would have hit him really hard. And awakened him. And the butterfly had no problem. It had not been worried. What happened to Chuang Tzu? It was not concerned at all with Chuang Tzu. Chuang Tzu is concerned. Butterfly was alone. But you are not alone. Now you are sitting in your bed, concerned. What is right? what is real, whether I am Chuangtazu or butterfly, all these things prove that you are not a dream, you are a reality. The butterfly was just a dream. In a dream, you are asleep. There are no questions, no problems. You don't even think that it is a dream. You are it. You are totally identified with it. Now you are not identified with it. You cannot be butterfly, that much is certain. Because butterflies are not concerned about such great philosophical problems. It is only the prerogative of man to be puzzled, to be worried, to be riddled. You dream of Jesus, Krishna, Zarathustra, Muhammad. Why? There must be some hunger in you, which you feel is fulfilled in Jesus. That's what the Christian has been told, that Christ has arrived. And you have not yet arrived. Somehow you have to arrive. But you can never be another Christ. Existence never repeats. History repeats, because history belongs to idiotic humanity. Hence it goes on moving in a circle, doing the same stupidities again and again and again. It never learns. But existence never repeats. It always produces only unique pieces, one of a kind. And that is enough. What is the point of repeating it? It is not an assembly line in a car factory where every minute a car comes out similar to another car, and they go on coming on the assembly line. Exactly the same. Nature does not manufacture people, things, birds, flowers. There is no assembly line. There is no model. It goes on exploring new dimensions. So it is certain that you are feeling starved. Christ is your food. Somebody's food is Krishna. That is simply different kinds of dishes. A Hindu has become accustomed of a certain dish. Of course, he cannot dream when he is hungry of a dish which he knows not anything about. You can dream only about something you know. Can you dream of something that you don't know? It is impossible, because dream is only a repetition. Dream is not creative. Yes, dream can be compositive, but never creative. And see the difference between these two words, compositive. It can compose something. For example, it can take the head of Jesus and the body of Krishna and compose something which is both Krishna and Christ. That's what people like Mahatma Gandhi have been doing their whole life, composing. Something from Quran, something from Bible, something from Gita, something from Mahavira, something from Buddha, and trying to make something what in India is called khichdi. In English, the closest term is hodgepodge, but nothing to be compared with khichdi. Legs of one man, hands of another man, hairs of somebody else, eyes from somewhere else. You can make khichdi. You can make a composite man, having everything, eyes, nose, ears, head, legs, everything, but it will be still dead. By composing, you cannot create life. You cannot create consciousness. A dream can be a composite. You can see a horse flying. No horse flies. But there are flying things, flying saucers, and flying planes and flying birds, and it is not very difficult to compose a horse who flies. What dream is to man, mythology is to society. The Mohammedans say that Muhammad never died. But then the problem arises where he has gone. It is time. Now he has millions of followers. 600 million of followers. This is time he should come out, where he is hiding and what he is doing. No, Mohammedans have a mythology. A mythology is a dream dreamt by the whole race, a collective dream. But it is composite. Muhammad used to move from one place to another on a beautiful horse, and Arabian horses are the most famous horses in the world. Jesus would have looked very poor because he was just using a donkey. And it is good that Christians have not created that myth that Mohammedans have created. He never died. Simply one day, he flew up with his horse towards God. Horse also gone with him in heaven. It is fortunate to be a horse with a Muhammad than to be a Mohammedan and a man. And I say it is good that Christians have not dreamt of the same dream. Otherwise Jesus would have gone with his donkey. And in heaven, what these horses and donkeys will be doing? Because there are many donkeys from the ancient times already there. All your saints and all your sages. What are they? Now, this is a mythology. Prophets die. Mohammedans have to make something special for Muhammad, that he never dies. Alive. Every other prophet has entered heaven. After death, Muhammad is the only one who goes there alive. Not only that he goes, his horse also goes with him. Naturally, the horse have to fly. So you will see in the Mohammedan sacred days of Muharram, horses made with wings. Horses don't grow wings. But one horse has done it. They cannot make the image of Muhammad, because Muhammad is against images. So they make simply the horse with the wings. And you have to imagine Muhammad on it. You will only see a horse made of paper. You have to imagine Muhammad on it. And there are Mohammedans who see. My village had a big population of Mohammedans. And in my childhood, it was still not the way it turned out later on, that Hindus and Mohammedans started killing each other. It was the same man I told you about, Mirza Allama Iqbal. He is a great poet, there is no doubt about it. I had mentioned his name to you because he has written that poem, that my country is the best in the whole world. हिंदुस्तान हमारा सारे जहां से अच्छा. He uses the word Hindustan for India. But later on the same man created the idea of Pakistan. He was the originator of the idea that Hindus and Mohammedans should separate. They cannot live together because their religions are different, their cultures are different, their languages are different, and there is no need for them to live together. They should separate. Everybody laughed. The whole idea was Don Quixotic. Absolutely absurd, because Hindus and Mohammedans have lived for centuries together. And there was no problem. But soon, a great politician, Muhammad Ali Jinnah, got hold of the idea of Allama Iqbal. And within 30 years, he went on emphasizing that we need Pakistan, that we cannot live with Hindus. And he created Pakistan. India was divided into two. The same India, Hindustan, which was the best in the world. And the same man created the idea and the philosophy of Pakistan. The word Pakistan means holy land. Naturally, he has to create something better than Hindustan. Hindustan is, after all, just a country, but Pakistan is a holy land. And millions of Hindus and Mohammedans were cut and killed and butchered. But in my childhood, it was not so. Hindus used to go to Mohammedan saints without any difficulty. Mohammedans used to take advice to Hindu saints with no difficulty. In Muharram, which is a Mohammedan sacred festival yearly, they make these memories, past memories, 1400 years old. Muhammad, they cannot make his image, that is prohibited. We don't know how he looked. We have some idea of Jesus. Perhaps it is not very true because photography was not there available. Perhaps it is more imaginative than real, because the people who must have made the picture must have tried to do their best. And they must have created the picture to look like a prophet. Whether the man looked like a prophet or not is suspicious, because I know of Jewish sources which say that the man was only 4 feet 5 inches high. Not only that, he was very ugly. Not only that, he was a hunchback. Perhaps this is just enmity. Perhaps there is some truth in it. Perhaps both are imaginations, one of the enemies and one of the friends. And between the two, the real is completely lost. I am absolutely certain that Buddha never looked like the statues. Because those statues were made after 500 years. Buddha had already been dead for 500 years. After 500 years, Alexander the Great visited India, and the image of Buddha is more closer to the face of Alexander the Great than Buddha himself, because the face is Greek, the nose is Greek, the eyes are Greek. Buddha's statue does not look like a Hindu's statue. When Hindus, the sculptors, saw Alexander, they got the idea, a good model. Alexander was really a beautiful man. To make Buddha in Alexander's image was very easy, and there was no proof that he looked otherwise. If you see the Buddhist monasteries and temples in China, you will see a different Buddha. Because Chinese have their idea of beauty. It may not appeal to you, but that is your problem. It appeals to them. For example, the nose should not be so pointed and so long. It should be flat. Nobody likes a flat nose in the whole world, but what to do? Chinese have a flat nose, and they are 1/4 of the whole world. In every 4 people, one is a Chinese. I have heard of a man who had 3 sons, and he said, now we have to stop. His wife said, why? He said, the 4th is going to be the Chinese. I have read it, that in every 4 men, the 4th is the Chinese. In a very reliable source, I have read it. I am not going to have any more child. 3 and we stop. We don't want any Chinese in the house. You go to Japan and you see a totally different Buddha. If you put the Japanese Buddha and the Indian Buddha together, you cannot believe these 2 statues are of the same man. You can stretch your imagination as far as possible, but there seems to be no possibility that these two statues can be of same man. The Indian Buddha's belly is inwards, his chest is forward. The Japanese Buddha is just the opposite. His chest is backwards, his belly is too far ahead. Now, no Indian can accept that this is beauty. Alexander was an athletic personality, well trained, well polished. And athletes have always liked the belly down and the chest forward, just like a lion. And this man looks like a strange fellow with such a belly. A laughing stock. And his head is also Japanese, his face is also Japanese. Just few days before, Sila has brought one picture to me. That picture was sent from a sannyasin from California. California is just next to Oregon. One sannyasin has been growing a bump on his forehead. Must be a growth of some kind, perhaps some cancer or something. But people love, even if you are cancer, somebody can say, this is not cancer, this is the sign of enlightenment. You will be over-enjoyed. Ramdas has the same kind of growth. So Ramdas has spread the story in America that when a man becomes Buddha, awakened, this bump on the forehead grows. And from somewhere he has managed a picture of a statue of Buddha with the bump on the head. I have never seen any statue of Buddha with a bump on the forehead. That was my first experience, the picture. And nobody knows whose statue is that. It is only Ramdas' authority that it is Buddha's statue. It has no similarity to Buddha, to Indian, to Japanese, to Chinese. These are Tibetan. All the countries which have been Buddhist, none of them have any statue which has a bump on the forehead. Now, either it is a photographic trick, or somebody may have made a plaster of Paris statue of Gautam Buddha with a bump, and then the photograph has been taken, and Ramdas is moving with that photograph, telling people that, look, to Buddha also it had happened. And in California, you can believe anything. This is the most religious richest land in the whole world. All the saints are born in California. Now, this sannyasin sends me the picture because the same bump has grown on his forehead, and he says, Bhagwan, does it mean I have become enlightened? Ramdas says so. The picture is supplied by Ramdas. He has the same bump. He sends his own pictures from all sides to show his bump clearly from the above, from this side, from that side, that there is no suspicion about his bump. And he is really exhilarated. And I told Sila that tell the poor guy that you go to a doctor and let it be examined. God forbid, it may not be something to do with cancer. You be quick and don't be befooled by people like Ramdas. And if you can take Ramdas also to the doctor, as far as I am concerned, if I meet Buddha, I will put him into our medical center. His bump has to be removed. Even at the cost, if his enlightenment disappears, let it disappear. But this cancer has to be taken care of first. Enlightenment can happen again. But fools are fools. He will be hurt by my answer. He would have loved if I had said, yes, you have become enlightened. It is a strange world. Here people want consoling lies. Nobody is ready for the truth. But we have some idea of Jesus' face, something closer. Something closer maybe of Buddha. But about Muhammad we have no idea at all, because for 15 centuries Mohammedans have persistently destroyed every possible trace of Muhammad's personality. One of my friends, a Hindu saint, created a temple of all religions. That was his lifelong work. A beautiful temple he created. And it was very difficult for him to collect that much money. It was all made in pure marble. And he made the statues of all the religious people, forgetting completely that you cannot make the statue of Muhammad. He thought he is doing a great work. He made Buddha, Mahavir, Lao Tzu, Jesus, Moses, Zarathustra. There is no problem. Even if no actual photograph exists, some kind of description is available. Just it needs a creative artist, imaginative enough to figure it out. And if the artist is really imaginative and creative, he can come almost close to a photograph. There exists in all great police departments artists. You have just to describe the face that you saw of the thief in the night disappearing in the darkness. You can't be certain what kind of man he was, but you just describe, and the artist is capable of figuring out from your description the picture of the thief, and he draws the picture. And I have seen these pictures, and when these thieves are caught, they are so similar that the artist seems to be simply intuitive, that he got the idea by a very meager description. Even the person was not certain whether the man had a mustache or not, because in the night when you are in a danger, the man is carrying a gun and your safe is broken. Who bothers whether the man has a mustache or not, how long, how small, whether it is Adolf Hitler cut? You are not in a state to think about all these things, what color of his eyes in the night. But you give any description, whatsoever comes to your mind, and the artist figures out. And I have seen really impossible things the artist manages. And through his picture being published in the newspapers, the thief is caught. So there is a possibility, and this man had great influence on many people. He managed somebody to make Muhammad's statue, but he was not aware that he is going to be in a great trouble. His temple was completely burnt, broken, every statue broken. Because he has done the most profane act possible according to the Mohammedans. His whole life's work was demolished within hours. There was no temple at all. I had seen the temple, and I have also gone to the place when the temple was completely demolished. There were just ruins, statues broken, pillars standing half, the roof burnt. Somehow the man who had made this temple escaped. Otherwise they would have killed him also. Because this is one of the greatest crime against Mohammedanism, to create the image of Muhammad. But man After all, is man. He needs some substitutes. So when Mohammedans dream the dream, the horse with the flying wings, of course they must be seeing somebody sitting on it, but they cannot tell it to anybody. That is dangerous. Mohammedans know only one punishment: just cut your head. Beheading is the simplest thing for them to do. You have a hunger. The dream indicates the hunger, but the dream is not going to fulfill it. It is only indicative. Take the indication and then start getting rid of the dream. Its work is fulfilled. Don't follow the dream. Don't try to become the Christ, the Buddha, the Zarathustra. No. It was not the meaning of the dream. If you start trying to become a Jesus, a Buddha, the most unfortunate thing is you may succeed. If you fail, there is no harm. Most probably you will fail. 2000 years, nobody has been able to become a Christ again. That's enough proof. It does not mean that people have not tried. Millions of people have tried to become a replica. But fortunately they failed. But there is a possibility. Unfortunately, you may succeed. That means you have gone insane. It means nothing else. It simply means you have gone insane. You have started believing that you are Christ. Your dream has taken possession of you so much that now it is no more a dream. It has become a reality to you. And to go insane is to go farthest from yourself. That's the meaning of insanity to me. Sanity means to be closer to yourself, more closer, more closer. A day comes when you are just at the very center of your being. Then you are the sanest person in the world. When you are just yourself and nobody else. Just pure, authentic, with no shadow falling on you of anybody else. To be at the center of your being is to be sane, and to go far away from yourself is to be insane. Now, if you become Christ, you have reached the farthest point from yourself. Or you become a Buddha,